Hi, welcome you all to new episode of Sportsy, Let's Talk Sports. We've been talking about multiple sports for last few weeks. One of the sport that has really got going in India in last few years is table tennis. Today we have somebody who is been a guy behind the whole table tennis thing in India, the Ultimate Table Tennis League, a group vice president for Ultimate Table Tennis League and Chennai FC, Hiren Mody.
Hey Hiren, great to have you on Sportsy. Let's talk sports.
Thank you so much for having me.
For the viewers, Hiren Mody is a great friend. Started as a marketing executive with different companies before moving to sports, having a great stint with Transstadia, IMGR Reliance, and now heading Chennai FC football club, as well as he's heading the whole Ultimate Table Tennis as a league. Having a complete exposure, which is for the Indian sports industry at multiple spaces. So I think it's great to have you, Hiren. Looking forward.
Thank you so much,
Hiren. I want to talk to you about the table tennis situation.
Sure.
It's we are born in the country where the cricket was hammered, and then football was creeping in. It was always there. We had a sporadic success with Kamlesh Mehta sir, and then the Sharat Kamar, and all those things were happening. But how did finally UTT happen?
So, I'll step back. As you are aware that our venture is co-owned by Mrs. Veeta Dani and Mr. Neeraj Bajaj. And I would often hear Mrs. Meenal Bajaj, Mr. Neeraj Bajaj's wife, say that, she met Mr. Bajaj at a national championship tournament. And there would be people waiting in lines, right, to get inside the arena. There would be hundreds of people waiting for these guys to come out so that they could take their autographs. And cut to the current situation, right? How many table tennis players in our country get to even dream of that kind of atmosphere?
Correct.
So I also come from that same background, right? And to be honest, I didn't know much about the sport. And I was at IMG handling business development for IMG Reliance for new business properties, which we were planning to launch. And we also had a consulting division, which I would, be a part of. And that's when Mrs. Dani had and Mr. Mehta had approached IMG saying that could they help 11 Sports to kind of launch this league. And I had this project then given to me, and that's when I got introduced to table tennis. So when I got the project first, and me having a consulting background in strategy consulting with a company called Universal Consulting in 2008, that instinct kicked in, and I started doing a lot of research about the sport. That research was more to understand the history of India and the tryst of the continent with the sport.
Right.
And that was interesting from two perspectives. One was because we all have played table tennis at any given point in our lives, right? Either with our grandfathers, with our brothers, with our uncles or parents. Either on a table tennis table or on a dining table.
Correct.
Putting two glasses and a stick.
Yes.
So what was intriguing is that, I would say practically everyone in urban, semi-urban areas would have played the sport.
Right.
But why isn't the sport visible on TV? Why am I part of the industry at that time in the sports and media industry just not aware of players?
Yes.
What is the reason behind that? So I started doing a lot of research about, how India has performed. And it was very, very disheartening to see that even though our Indian men's team and women's team were in the top 10, top 15 in the world, no one knew who a Sharat Kamal was or a Satyan was or even Manika or a Madhurika, right? And they are really good talents.
Yes.
So what's happening? And that was when I figured that, everyone in a career can sell cricket. They can be part of cricket. Can sell an easy property, right? Where the demand is a pull demand. But how many get the opportunity to be part of history in making to launch a new league? And that's when I decided that I would immerse myself, take this challenge up, and work towards being part of a movement and happening in launching table tennis as a commercially viable sport. So I would say, in a nutshell, this is where my tryst with table tennis started.
Yeah, And I think it's a great journey that we got introduced in the first season itself, and tried to
Yes,
do few things on the whole table. The way the stadium
correct.
was set up and the setup was done, it was
Yeah.
phenomenal. I played table tennis till some district level during the school days, but never saw
Hmm.
that kind of glamour the what UTT brought to
Correct.
table. But
Correct.
was it how did it happen? Did 11 Sports is like a partner to India Table Tennis Federation of India for the growth
Yes.
across India? So did that happen first, or the UTT gave the entry into that?
No. So what happened was, as you are aware, Mr. Bajaj himself has been a national level, a three-time national champion,
Yes,
and he has been an Arjuna awardee for the sport, right?
correct.
And Mrs. Dani's son Mudit
Hmm.
plays table tennis. He is in the top 200 rankings,
Right.
upcoming youth. And when Mrs. Dani's involvement with the sport began,
Hmm.
and Mr. Kamlesh Mehta, one of the game's stalwart, was
Yes. Yeah.
guiding Mudit on his career. They started saying that how could we take the sport forward, and that's when the ball was set rolling, where they entered into a long-term agreement with the Table Tennis Federation of India to
Okay.
to take the lead sponsorship for the national championships and the zonals, along
Hmm.
with getting the rights for launching a league. So
Okay.
the relationship with the Table Tennis Federation of India became first,
Excellent.
and
Okay.
the Table Tennis Federation of India has been very kind. They've been a guiding force for us. They have kind of stood shoulder to shoulder with us to
Hmm.
ensure that we take the game in the right direction. What we first said is that there were lots of challenges. A lot of foreign players didn't want to come to India to play.
Correct.
Uh, we heard stories like, "Are there elephants on the road and snake charmers?" kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And what we did is that we wanted to change the paradigm with which they were coming. So we partnered with the ITTF and the TTFI to launch
Hmm.
the World Tour in India in
Okay.
2017, which
Hmm.
was the ITTF World Tour. So what we did was we called players, and the way we organized that event, right, under the direction of Mrs. Dani, Mr. Mehta,
Hmm.
and Mr. Bajaj, a lot of international players came and they said that, man, we never thought that India was this. You know, we had Sharath who had reached, I think, the finals,
Yes.
and no, sorry, Sharath was in the semis. Harimoto, one of the upcoming Japanese whiz kid, kind of beat him. But having a Dmitry Okhtarov and Harimoto partner out there, right, and participate,
Hmm. Yeah.
what happened was that it catapulted us into the global scene.
Correct.
That yes, we can come to India, and India can also be on the global map of table tennis. After which we started appearing and speaking to a lot of corporate houses to come on board
Hmm.
and be part of stakeholders of the league as franchisees, and that's when the journey started. So first came the relationship with TTFI, then came the India Open, and then came Ultimate Table Tennis.
Right.
Yeah,
Excellent. Yeah, it's a great journey, and you being from the consulting background and also the marketing,
yeah.
wearing the business development hat, what was the biggest challenge that came to, was laid in front of you?
I completely see what happens is that. And I always believe that if I have to go and pitch for something, I rather put myself in the customer's shoe first, so
Yes.
that I will understand where the customer is going to feel the pinch, and then you start preparing, what kind of
Yeah.
answers. But nothing prepared me as much as actually going and speaking to the stakeholders, right? And I would say that all the current teams and the teams who have been part of the league, and I really thank them for bestowing their faith in our organization
Hmm.
that we will deliver. But the questions were very, very pointed, right? Who are table tennis players? Why
Correct.
haven't we heard of them? What is our ranking? Why are we behind? Why do we
Hmm.
only hear about Chinese and Japanese players or European players?
Yes.
Right? Why isn't table tennis visible on TV? Uh, who really gives a damn about the sport in the country?
Correct.
Right? These were really hard hitting questions, though disheartening, but it gave us more and more conviction to go and say that, you know what? Yes, TV has not shown the sport. Yes, the media has not written about the players. Yes, no one knows about them. yes, no one gives a damn about them. Everything is right. But that itself is the biggest opportunity,
Yes.
because though TV has not shown it, TV can now show it.
Correct.
If media has not written, media will write. If people haven't given a damn, they will do it, right?
Yes.
So I kind of flipped it. Now, whether we can say it's a good sales hat on or no, but I genuinely believe that we could do that.
Yes.
And today is a testament. Every day there is some news or the other about a table tennis player,
Correct.
be it Sharath, Manika, or even upcoming youth like Jeet Chandra, Manusha. So, or even there is a Diya Chitle, right?
Mhm.
The players. And I think whatever as a pitch we gave to all the stakeholders to be part of the league, whether as a sponsor or a franchise, they are all coming true now.
Right.
So I think 11 Sports and the team at 11 Sports, I think everyone, right, be it Mrs. Dani, Mudit in his free time, Mr. Bajaj, Kamlesh Bhai, and we have a very small team of people such as Parag, Sumesh, Ganesh, Ekansh,
Yeah.
all of these guys,
Correct.
right? I think we've really given ourselves to the sport. We continue to do that. It's like a mission. Not everyone gets the good fortune to build a sport,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and I think we've taken that challenge on, and we are very committed to building that sport.
Yeah, and I think that's the I was going to ask you what's the beauty of UTT. I think you answered it yourself. Not everybody gets to build a league or build a sport, and
Yeah.
and so I think that, and now if in 3 years itself, I think it's the second most prominent league after Bundesliga. UTT became a second most prominent league with the visibility. That
Yes,
itself is a phenomenal success.
I would completely agree. If we look at broad views, we have between 12 to 16 million people who watch on television. Again, people say it's not a high number, but for a sport which is just 3 years old, I think
Yes.
it's a very good number.
Correct.
The TSV is increasing, time spent viewing is increasing each season. On OTT platforms, we are 2 to 3 million people. That's on Hotstar and GeoTV.
Yeah.
Then when you're looking at Facebook Live globally, we are between 1.5 to 2.5 million people. That's the global reach.
Yeah.
The ITTF, which is the International Federation, has been very kind, and they show our league on their online platform, ITTV. And on an average, we have a session time of at least 25 minutes there.
Right.
So it is gaining traction. But a lot of people get impatient saying that, "Arey, 15-16 million to kuch nahi hai." To that, I always say that, yeah, I agree. It's not a big number, but the sport is just 3 years old.
Yeah.
And we are very confident that we will reach that critical mass in the couple of years.
Yeah. I think see for place like India where we all have grown up watching cricket and hate it or love it, you are part of the whole ecosystem if you are in sports. So building something like this is great. Who had expected kabaddi to grow at this level? So
exactly.
Yeah. So I think this is amazing. But now the next question, when we're talking about it, we see so many people, kids playing table tennis, and while like if 15 years back, one of the biggest other than Sharad, because I used to love table tennis, I knew Sharad and Kamlesh sir. It was the big news was Sachin Tendulkar playing table tennis as one of the favorite sport. It was the bigger news. So and that also inspired a lot of cricketers take up the sport. So which has helped. So how do you think the whole grassroots is building up now? Because that is what the league is successful.
Correct. So grassroots is building up. In fact, today if you look at the rankings, I think there are more number of people in the top 100 throughout age groups than it has ever been. And I don't have the numbers offhand, but I think we have more than 30-40 players across age groups who are in the top 100 in the world. If you look at Manav Thakkar, world number 1 under 21.
Yes.
Archana Kamath, world number 2 under 21.
Yes.
Right? We have Sharath and Satyan, who range between 30 and 35.
Yeah.
Manika has been in the top 50, 60s. Right? Besides that, there is a Harmeet, there is a Sanil, right? Then there is a Madhurika, there's an Ahika, there's a Suthirtha. I think what is happening is that, and I have seen, and there are numbers which we have to prove, that if prior to UTT, which is 2017, there were X number of people, who are going and playing tournaments internationally, that number has increased exponentially across age groups after UTT. which shows that parents are now telling kids that yes, we don't mind funding you to participate in tournaments internationally. You should go and aspire to be a TT player. Now, that basically is the link which we made, right? So they see UTT as the end goal, or as even a way to catapult them into international glory.
Correct.
Also, at the same time, they allow them to dream for Olympic glory.
Yeah.
So what we at UTT are doing is we are building the complete ecosystem. So we have at the bottom our partnership with of the pyramid. We have the School Games Federation of India.
Right.
The national championships are partnered with them, where parents have now come and said that, I think it's the best organization which we've ever seen. Thanks to the association in Vadodara with Mr. Kalpeshwar. So the way we organize it for them out there, beautiful. The TTFI gives us all the support there. Then it comes the national championships, the zonals and the national ranking tournaments, where our partnership with TTFI again allows good organization of that tournament. So participation increases out there. Then you have academies. We partnered with 5 to 6 academies. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. So we went to existing academies which are churning out national champions, and we said that, what are the pain points you have as coaches? Can we come and plug those pain points? Because me launching another academy doesn't, I'm just duplicating effort.
Exactly.
So we said, what are the current pain points and where can we plug those pain points? After plugging those pain points, their performances and the performance of the players have increased manifold. Then we said that while all this is happening, there is not a single high performance center which is dedicated to table tennis in the country.
Right.
So we started working with the government of Maharashtra to see the visibility that can we create a dedicated high performance center for the sport. The plans are ready. Our conversations with the governments are on. We hopefully, the government gives us the support to enter into a PPP with us, where we get into that. So that becomes the first ever high performance center for table tennis in the country.
Wow.
And at the pinnacle, we have UTT, which acts as, I would say, an awareness building tool.
Yeah. And a showpiece.
Tool for, and a showpiece, and a tool for Indian players to participate with international players. After UTT, we got very, very interesting insights where players said that if I can beat the player here, then why can't I beat the player outside? It's just the location which differs. So, in the format which goes in favor, interesting format which we have of the golden point, lesser number of games. So those kind of things where, insights came in saying that if it's a game of 7, best of 7, what happens is that an Indian player will win 2 games or even 3 games. But then by that time, the foreign player understands and maps out the Indian player, and then 4 games on a trot, they win.
Correct.
Now, Indian players have started realizing that. International players who would draw Indian players and say that, oh, it's an Indian player, I can beat him. Now say that, boss, kuch bhi ho sakta hai, 50-50. So from I will beat them for sure, it's come down to 50-50. That itself is such an amazing, satisfying thing to hear. When I have seen during UTT, people and kids going up to a Manika, taking their autographs, or going to Sharath, going to Satyan, it feels very, very nice and very, very heartening. So I think we've started ticking boxes. It's still a long way to go to make it a commercial success, but we are happy with what we have got so far.
Yeah.
And we continuously try to excel in that area.
Excellent. And I think you could have asked for better results from Commonwealth and Asian Games.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Because
I think that gave a lot of visibility.
Yeah.
A lot of, people started admiring these players. At the end of the day, what an athlete wants. Obviously, money and fame is part and parcel of the whole game, but at the end, they want appreciation, right?
Appreciation.
From the citizens of the country, saying that they have represented us and they won laurels for ourselves. Yeah. And when they don't get that, they also start thinking, yeah, what am I fighting for? It's not just the love of the sport, but I think they've started getting that now, and it's about time that we start excelling even better in the global scene.
Yeah, I was talking to Sharad, and he said the same thing. At the start of my career, if I had this, it would have been a completely different story.
Completely.
Yeah. But he's so
You
happy
know,
that at least it happened when it was he got to do that. It's like
hmm,
after nine national championship and everything also, but something like this, well, in India you get to do that. It's something great.
interesting story. I don't know whether Sharath said is that when he went to meet his wife's father, his father said that, "Arey, how much you earn,
Yeah.
right? My bank balance dikhao." I don't think so that is the case today.
Yeah.
And we don't take full credit for it, but I think the way our Indian paddlers have started performing, the way the government and the federation has started supporting them, uh,
Mhm.
I think the graph has just started taking off. I mean, we still a long distance to go, but at least that takeoff has happened.
Right. So I think we spoke about the whole UTT story. I have a couple of questions, which
Yeah.
is for specifically for the aspirational people. Like, if there are smaller academies, say in Pune or outskirts and all this thing, and if they want to approach 11 sports to come under some umbrella, what kind of parameter that you might want to consider? I know you can't take it's like a recruitment process. You can't take everybody, but if that's a possibility, what is that we can think of?
See, in terms of academies, we always guide people and aspiring paddlers which academies they can be a part of.
Right.
When we partner with academies, there is a whole lot of criteria which an academy needs to go through,
Yes.
right? A number of kids enrolled, how many are playing at a district level, national level, or even the state level.
Right.
How many tables, what is the infrastructure, how have they performed,
Mhm.
who are the coaches, what is the philosophy of the coaches,
Right.
tons of parameters. Basis that, we then decide which academy to kind of start partnering with.
Mhm.
What we do is that we don't go and we don't want to make them completely dependent upon us.
Yes.
So we say that you are doing 10 things. What is your plan?
Mhm.
So they say that our plan is to do 15, but we cannot. And in this 15, we want to do 1, 2, 3 first. We say fine. What is your pain point? Then they say that it's financial or it's resources
Yeah.
in terms of not knowing who to hire. That's where we come on board and we start taking those calls.
Right.
And we are always open, and we have a very very professional setup at
Yes.
UTT. So we have Kamlesh Mehta and Parag who look at the technical aspect of the sport.
Correct.
When it comes to anything commercial, there is a different team.
Mhm.
When it comes to operational, there's a separate team of Ekansh, Sumesh, Pranali. So we kind of then put people in those areas.
Right.
So even if we have an existing academy and they have some problem or they want to put a new table or get some renovations done, we kind of get our own expertise to tell them that okay, you can do it in this way or that way. But
Yes.
the overarching theme is that we also at the same time don't want to bite off more than we can chew. Uh,
Correct.
and we want, because if we are with an academy, we want to ensure that there is growth in that academy.
Yes.
So that's how. So currently we are supporting 5,
Correct.
and once the situation and the economic scenario improves post COVID, definitely we want to look at more initiatives like that.
Yeah, because I think you guys can. Uh, I'm sure the thinking, but you guys actually can be the accelerator the way IT industry
Correct.
has it.
Correct.
So
100%. So we can be the
incubations. Yeah.
incubation.
Yes.
100%. See, we have the
That.
manpower, we
Correct.
have the expertise. So definitely.
And also the and table tennis is also part of the CSR scheme because of the Olympic sport. So I think
Correct.
that
Correct.
also helps in a different way of growing table
Yes.
tennis at different level.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so my last question about table tennis is, what is the role of technology? We see so many technology getting played in football or cricket and other sport. What is the role of technology in table tennis?
See, it's a very technical sport. To a common man who watches a sport on television, first is a challenge that the ball is small,
Mhm.
right? And I'll break
Yeah.
this up in two, from the playing analysis part and from a viewing part on TV.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is that I'm a normal person. I'm seeing the game, but whenever I see a unforced error, right, the ball goes and hits
Mhm.
the net after a serve
Yeah.
or or during a return. We say that अरे 80% of the time तो ये net पे ही लगता है ball. ये game क्या है,
Yes.
right? But they don't understand the nuance that there are so many technical aspects which have been at play why the ball went to the net. The
Mhm.
spin, the type of spin, the speed, the reaction of reflex, the speed of reflex. tons of things, right? What rubber the players are playing with,
Yeah.
the ability of the player to read that the way the rubber behaves. So when I look at technology, and when you looked at this year, the last season, we use technology to show a heat map, a
Yeah.
grid on the table where the player hits more shots, so that when the team goes back, sees the replays, they can train in that manner. So just like tennis, you have the same kind of technologies which we can use out here. So there are companies such as Stupa and Data Stadium, which are trying to see the speed of smash, the curvature, the revolutions per second for the spin, the trajectory of the spin, right? So while a player can understand that better and make their game better on television, it makes the viewer far more engaged and educating the viewer how the sport behaves through a technical lens and not get technical at the same time.
Right.
So we have started kind of experimenting with those kind of technologies. We also started using technology to give player profiles. So we start profiling players, what kind of game they play. A lot of people have different types of grips,
Right.
how that grip works. So that's where I think technology is, and going forward, players will, I would say, embrace technology, because I think that will give them a completely different fillip in terms of their growth trajectory.
Right. So I think this is I in fact just read about the Stupa news about signing with the US table tennis as well.
Correct.
So I think
Correct.
the Mega and team are doing the
Tremendous
phenomenal job.
Tremendous job. And I think that they don't hike up their fees. Don't edit this part. So you can send them this part specifically saying that congratulations, Stupa, and don't hike your fees just because you all are with the US Table Tennis Association.
I'm sure Mega will be listening to this soon. I'll be talking to her as well. Great, Hiren. Thank you.
Yes,
it was wonderful talking to you. Yeah, next time we'll be having a coffee, not on the virtually, but in person soon.
Definitely, we'll do that. Look forward to it.
Stay safe. See you.
Stay
Take care.
safe.
Stay safe.
Thanks.